Yo, what's going on, guys? In today, Saddiq Bey signed with the Washington Wizards, and I love this move. I know Saddiq's coming off the torn ACL, but 3 years, $20 million, that's a solid deal. That's what, 6.333 or something like that, or something along those lines. I can't remember, 6.5. It's a very good value deal for a former Villanova player who we all know those Villanova guys have all really done a good job of transitioning to the NBA. And Saddiq Bey even had his moments. It was just that his development kind of plateaued. And then with Atlanta, I think they would have re-signed him if had he not torn his ACL. They just weren't. It just wasn't. And plus, it was just a weird situation. But I think they liked him. Saddiq Bey at this point, what do you get with him? He's a 6'8", like 220-pound, good-sized wing who can play. I guess you could say 2 through 4, like in a small ball lineup. He could be technically a 4. In most lineups, he's a 3, and then in a big ball lineup, he could be a 2. He's got like kind of a little bit of everything. He's a guy who's going to get the 3-point shot, and he's not going to be like a facilitator, but he can put the ball on the deck and start a fast break. Really, he's a good defender who can guard multiple positions, arguably 1 through 4. He'll make smart plays, and he won't do too much, and he's not an elite athlete, but he fits what Washington needs right now, and that's I don't even know if you would say he's a reclamation project, because Saddiq Bey, I just say it would be a guy that let's try to see if we could fulfill his potential and make him a guy that we could flip down the road, and this becomes like a bargain bin contract. But Saddiq Bey last year in 63 games with Atlanta, he averaged 13 points, which isn't his career highs in his second season. He averaged 16 points, 5.5 rebounds, and just under 3 assists a night, with a little like a steal and a block a game. So for Saddiq, I know the kind of a big problem with him is his shooting efficiencies were always a bit iffy. But outside of that, Saddiq Bey is a guy who kind of fits really well, especially with a team like I said, Corey Kesper, Bilal Coulibaly. I know we just drafted Keyshawn George, Bob Carrington, but throw him next to Alex Sarr, Kyle Kuzma. I like it. And I think with him is that if at this point I do think he's more, because his career average is like 12 points. I do think 12 points is closer to what he probably is than the 16 points per game. Even though that 16 point per game Saddiq Bey was on one of the better Detroit teams out of their rebuilding teams, which is weird to say. However, I do like this, and I don't know. I want to hear your guys' thoughts, because I think this is really an interesting way to get, like, you said, he plays really well. He's the type of guy that a team like the Wizards could flip in a year, maybe next summer, or not this coming trade deadline, but the following, that people are going to be like, yeah, we'll take a guy who has, that cheap of a deal. It's just really impressive. And I find it exciting, and it's going to be fun, because he doesn't need to be rushed in terms of, we don't need to worry about him having to perform right now, so he can just come, at his own pace. And this being an organization that is run by former Oklahoma City Thunder guys, I think they value guys like Saddiq Bey, and especially being a Villanova player, for a Villanova guy, I have a lot of faith that he's going to be able to figure out how to put it back into, I guess, full circle. But as a Wizards fan myself, I really like this, and I think this is going to be one of those deals where people are gonna be like, this was a bargain deal for the Wizards, in my opinion. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.